Among some of the challenges facing the Ninth National Assembly is how to tackle infrastructure development and, in the process, create more jobs for the growing number of unemployed youth. In this special report, Clever TVs bring us an update on the expectations of Nigerians on the streets of Abuja City and how a prominent member of the House of Representatives think some of the challenges could be best tackled. Some Nigerians on the streets of Abuja who spoke with Clearview TV said they expect the Ninth National Assembly to come up with laws that will protect the interests of every Nigerian and ensure that insecurity becomes a thing of the past.
I've never seen one day the National Assembly say, okay, we are not sitting because the poor workers have not been paid. Nobody has ever resolved that issue. So if this assembly now will come up and say, okay, no, let the poor people to be taken care of. At least we will give kudos to them.
The rubber stamp assembly, I'm not expecting anything from them.
However, to help achieve desired economic progress in Nigeria, a member of the House of Representatives, Professor Julius Ihonbvere, wants Nigerians, particularly youth, to think outside the box by engaging in entrepreneurial activities rather than looking up to government at all times for jobs. In an exclusive interview with Clearview TV, Professor Ihonbvere, who represents Owan Federal Constituency, says skills acquisition is the way to go for Nigerian youth and challenged them to explore opportunities offered by various intervention programs of both federal and state governments.
We are not going to be a rubber stamp to anybody, but we're going to work in partnership with the executive. It is one government. It is one country. In the House, we don't know party. There are people who sit by me in the House. I don't know which party they belong to. It's not necessary. We relate on the basis of policy, of programs, of intellect, and exchange of ideas. So, for this House, therefore, there are a lot of issues on ground that we have not dealt with. We have managed to cross the election. We've elected principal officer successfully. The PDP had a little problem, but I think they are resolving it. We are working on reviewing the rules, the standing orders. We are reviewing that right at the moment so that we are going to have something new to present to our members. We, at the same time, are working on the committees. The Speaker and the Selection Committee are working on this, and I believe in a very short time, the committees will come out and every member will be properly located. Now, that is in terms of the internal dimensions of the House. In terms of outside, there are critical issues on ground which we cannot run away from. Number one, security. Nobody would deny that we are in a very, very precarious situation. The second on ground, which we cannot run away from, infrastructure. The people are afraid to travel the roads, not just because of kidnappers and bandits, but because of the potholes and the general danger of infrastructural decay and dislocation. There's a third issue, which we may call the time bomb of unemployment. How do we deal with this? With government, with the private sector, we have to join hands to find a solution. Provide infrastructure. There's a process of you have to initiate it, the planning, the design, then the implementation. But post-implementation, Nigeria has been very weak there. Yes, we created FEMA to maintain roads, but we have to create a system where the people for whom these things are provided take ownership and also assist government in maintaining them. Yes. Second, we have to get the private sector heavily involved in the provision of infrastructure. There are many parts of the world where companies develop highways and put tolls. It's that those roads serve as alternatives to the roads provided by government. We have to get into that. We have to also think of how do we build the local capacity and expand local content so that we empower those indigenous contractors, indigenous business persons to make a way for our people to also engage in some capital accumulation.
On the current political crisis rocking Edo State, Ihonbvere appealed to both the APC National Chairman Adams Oshomole and Governor Godwin Obaseki to quickly resolve their differences to help promote peace and unity in the state.
Interest is for peace, for unity, for democracy and accountability. Second, by today, by the grace of God and my people, I'm a member of the Federal House of Reps. I cannot sit here and see the legislature in my state not being run democratically and according to the rules. How do you go and do an inauguration by 9:30 p.m.? It's illegal. Inauguration can only happen during the periods when the House normally sits. It's in their rules, their standing orders. How do you allow people to come into the place you are doing the inauguration in bedroom slippers, in short knicker, in t-shirt? It's not possible. Then some of them came out, recorded videos and said they were actually abducted and forced to the venue, but for their own safety and security, they decided to just abide by what was going on. If I sit here and do nothing, God will not forgive me. But more also important is that the two House of Assembly members that I'm representing in Abuja are not in the House. So I'm moving the motion because I'm from Edo. We were patient enough. I went to see Oshomole to talk to him about what was going on. I also went to see Obaseki to talk to him about what was going on. And when reason did not really prevail, and I saw the situation on ground, as a Democrat, I cannot stand for it. Let me quickly say this. I'm among those who fought for this democracy. I spent 12 and a half years in exile, not because I stole money or killed anybody, but because I was fighting for human rights, democracy, and social justice.
Professor Ihonbvere believes the current political crisis in Edo State is unnecessary, as it is capable of derailing the blueprint for the economic development of the state. Rose Audu, reporting for Clearview Television.